Hello, it's Bonzi here. And wait, are we already in Windows XP?
Well, Bonzi, I heard your question. Yes, but this time, it's Windows XP Delta Edition. It's like Windows XP, but redesigned and enhanced. It's based on Windows XP Home Edition, thus, I was being featured on the OOV or out-of-box experience. And of course, there's also Windows XP Epsilon Edition. It's said to be a spiritual successor to Windows XP Delta Edition. But we're going to explain that one later. So, Windows XP Delta Edition is a modification of Windows XP, which aims to recreate the Windows XP Beta 2 aesthetic and bring back lost features, functions, and programs from previous versions of Windows, along with pre-release versions of Windows XP.
Oh nice, that will be interesting. I never heard of it until now.
So guys, where the heck is Windows Media Center go? Why is it not included here?
Sadly, TM Green, it was only exclusively on Windows Media Center Edition instead. Despite there's already royal themes there.
Oh, I get it. But since this is Windows XP Delta Edition, I guess we should move on.
You mean Windows XP Epsilon Edition?
Whoa, how did you know before I was saying?
I guessed it because I'm a wizard, for a reason.
Okay, let's go to Windows XP Epsilon Edition. Cursor, I command you to shut down this VM. We're going to Windows XP Epsilon Edition. Alright, here we are in Windows XP Epsilon Edition. Here's what it is. That includes updated to 2019. Fully consistent, but there are some unnotable and few notable inconsistencies. Experience. Restored unused Utopia sound scheme. They say that Utopia sound scheme is removed, but the files are present. Windows Media Player 8, Windows Movie Maker 1.1, Windows Messenger, XPRTM version, Remote Desktop Connection, XPSP2, and Outlook Express SP1 are installed in the OS. Address toolbar functionality. Fixed some fatal flaws by Microsoft. Restored some more of deprecated stuff. New shortcuts for obscure programs. Upgradable from Windows NT 3.51, Windows 98, Windows 98 SE, Windows Me and Windows Whistler. Patched UX theme, to use unsigned themes, which aren't made by Microsoft or for people who didn't use a pack them. High quality XP sounds. Bug fixes. And some more. And don't forget, do not be confused about the Bliss wallpaper. It's probably because this wallpaper has a different color saturation.
I can also change it to royal watt to make it less confusing. And there we go, it's now changed over here. What is this? Well, Peedy, you were just in time. Windows XP Epsilon Edition, based on Windows XP Professional, or shortly Pro. That's nice. But wait a minute. About the Royal Wa theme, since it's changed right here, how about the welcome screen as well?
Alright, Peedy, I will do that. Go to Start. Then All Programs, Accessories, Epsilon Programs, and finally, change Welcome Screen Appearance. Okay, it says for example, Windows XP build 2474 but on default, Windows XP build 2465, Windows XP build 2481, Classic, Embedded, Royal, Royal Moi, Zune, Whistler build 2428, Harmony, Whistler build 2428 but alternate variant, Windows 8 but GMM's alternative timeline, not to be confused with original Windows 8, and last, but not at least, Whistler build 2415.
Alright, same again, Royal Moi, just like what Bonzi said. Here goes nothing. There we go.
Oh yeah? I got something else, aside from Windows XP, whatever edition it is. It's Windows XP Epsilon Edition. Yeah right, let's move to Windows Vista Delta Edition.
Okay, let's move guys.
Okay, this is Windows Vista Delta. And this is what it should have been for Microsoft. But seriously, there's also themes, which may be very... And another thing that I just saw.
What's that?
Well, Peedy, I just saw that says alleged Longhorn sound scheme. It's literally Samsung theme before. I just found it out. That's why no one should think Samsung theme as default Windows Longhorn sound scheme. It was actually Windows XP sound scheme. And of course, I noticed something, expansion to these built-in games on Windows Vista Delta. Aside from Chess Titans, Freesel, Hearts, Impal, Mahjong Titans, Minesweeper, Purple Place, Solitaire, and even Spider Solitaire. There's also Microsoft Tinker Editor and Hold'em. That's interesting, I guess.
Oh wait, I got a letter. Let me read it. Dear my brother Bonzi, oh I swear it's MaxALERT, okay. There's another Delta version of Windows, which is Windows 7 Delta, because it's the second to last right now. And we are almost to Windows 8.1 Delta. But ironically, I realized that Windows 10 Delta Edition hasn't released yet unless the creator of these Delta versions of Windows, Skyway or someone else, can do that. Can possibly not only add in some themes came from early beta, preview release, RTM and final version themes, sounds, etc. It will also have Windows 10X theme, aka the cancelled Windows version and skip to Windows 11 currently. Best regards, MaxALERT. Well, you just saw my letter. Say, let's travel to Windows 7 Delta. Yes, of course, my dear brother. Let's move! here we are, Windows 7 Delta, if you notice, in WinVer, or Windows version program thing.
What's so special over here?
Well, Merlin, notice something in games? It's adding ink ball, because Microsoft might have removed it on the original Windows 7, thus, ink ball was originally on Windows Vista, but now on Windows 7 Delta.
Finally, that was a good decision.
We're not done yet. Some themes like Windows Vista, Windows 7 Build 6519, the other one that has opaque maximize, Windows 7 6801, both Windows 7 but Windows 7 Beta 2, styled in Windows 7 Beta, especially Windows 7 but original, even though it has Windows 7 Beta wallpaper instead of the final release one. There's even global themes like, not just the United States, there's also Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, Germany, Spain, France, United Kingdom, Italy, Japan, Korea or South Korea, Mexico, the Netherlands, Poland, Russia, Turkey or Turkey, Taiwan and South Africa. For those who are in these mentioned countries, leave a comment below, and if your country isn't mentioned there, then that's fine.
Nice, I never knew that. Selecting any global seems like that feels like a vacation, or a word for British. The word term is holiday for some reason.
Wait, speaking of which, guys, there's something new, which is the last.
What is it?
Windows 8.1 Delta. It has gadgets like Windows Vista and Windows 7. And finally, Windows 8 Metro Basic Skin, the one that has been there on Windows 8 Release Preview, but now on Windows 8.1 Delta. And lastly, Start Menu, but exactly like Windows 7 instead of Windows 8.1 Metro Start Menu.
Woo! 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 Hey! Ah!
Really? Prove it. Alright, let's go! You guys can move quickly. Alright guys, this is Windows 8.1 Delta, aka the better Windows 8 or 8.1 as you would call it, whatever you like. Also, about the Start button, I had to disable Replace Start button temporarily via OpenShell. And so, to look like Windows 8 Beta, but who cares anyway.
Where's the Microsoft tinker? Hold them an ink ball? How come it's not included here?
Sadly, you need to install those manually.
And in case you folks didn't know about Windows 7 Delta themes, the one is Lidora's. Sorry for forgetting it. Anyways, speaking of Windows themes, Tiggie, do you know how very it is?
Why yes, it has Windows but the background is Windows 7 lock screen or Windows 7 setup background, not Windows 8.1, default background like the original. Then there is Windows 7, Windows 8 Release Preview, Windows 8 RTM, Windows 7 themes like architecture, characters, landscapes, nature and scenes. Even the Windows 8 Earth theme. Windows 8 Metro Basic Skin, I don't know, why is it not available to the final release version of Windows 8 and 8.1, that's kinda confusing. It's probably because of similarly date on preview release builds, for some reason.
Okay. About the Start menu, anyone can choose either Classic style, Classic with 2 columns or Windows 7 style. Windows 8.1 Metro Start menu can be good, but they don't like it as much. They like the with the Start menu to look like Windows 7 or something.
Oh, speaking of gadgets, this is what it looks like now. You can finally select any of that whatever you want to, like Windows 7 and Windows Vista does have. But hey, I can install those on these laptops that I have for my collection.
Again about custom Windows Delta versions.
Windows XP Delta Edition.
Windows XP Epsilon Edition. Windows Vista Delta.
Then Windows 7 Delta.
And lastly, Windows 8.1 Delta. Looks like we discovered some of these Delta versions of Windows, but they're fan-made at all.
Again, Windows 10 Delta still doesn't exist yet, but for the thing called Windows 11 Delta, but the problem is, it's discontinued so we can't. It says, originally created by Orarian, this mod was intended to make Windows 11, yuck, look more like its earlier incarnation, based on earlier screenshots and concepts. For various reasons, this project was cancelled in 2024 due to overambition and overall disinterest in the actual OS itself. So that's why we have to do that later on if we could. And so, goodbye, everyone.